Righto, time for NFL Australia's Week 16 Power Rankings. That's right, the pointy end of the season. We've got 3 weeks left, so let's do it. Who is utter butt still, like most of the league at this point? If you're not in the playoff hunt, you're basically utter butt, but we're going to break it down. It's the Jets. They just stink. The Pats. I mean, the Jets did get a win because Aaron Rodgers went, hey, Devontae Adams, should I just throw to you a billion-ty times in this fourth quarter? And he's like, Aaron, I've been telling you for years. Yes. And they did. They got a stupid win. Way to go, Jets. You just knocked yourself out of the top bit of the draft, you idiots. Anyway, the Pats, they're out of butt. That's fine. They've got horrible coaching, a great QB, a weird setup going forward, but they'll be all right. The Titans, that team is just horrible. Will Levis, what are you doing, mate? The Jags, oh, gosh. I mean, at least like with the Titans, they can bench Will Levis and then go to Mason Rudolph. The Jags are already out of Trevor Lawrence and going to Mac Jones. There's never been a less talented but cockier QB. Good on you, Mac Jones. You're a lunatic. The Raiders, they're horrible. The Giants, they're doubly horrible. And the Bears, all Bears fans, just like, what happened? It just, they're so sad, you poor Bears fans. How about the cooked but not fun tier? This will be the Falcons. They've just looked at Kirk Cousins, looked at their bank account, looked back at Kirk Cousins, went, we've made a horrible mistake. Who could have told you that? I don't know, except for everybody. A 36-year-old coming off an Achilles tear? Dude, what are you doing, Arthur Blank? Arthur Blank has galaxy brained himself out of going, hey, should I give over like control of my franchise to Bill Belichick, the greatest coach of all time? No, wait, I'll sign a 36-year-old Achilles torn bloody QB who stinks anyway. Way to go, Falcons, a winning franchise. The Saints, the Rizzler, his ears are down here in his head and his team is horrible. And they still nearly beat the Commies. Anyway, the Browns, this one just hurts because they were fun, but now they're not fun because they benched Jameis because Jameis, look, he looks like a sad puppy. And he's like, just don't bench the sad puppy. That's just going to make the sad puppy even sadder. And that makes me sad. That's just sad. Come on. That's not fun. The Panthers, they were fun. Now they're not fun. Bryce Young just looks this big. The Niners, what was that? That was gross. Kyle Shanahan in the rain. Talk about sad puppies. He's like, I don't like being out in the rain. The Colts, Jonathan Taylor. Look, I've never dropped a touchdown run at the 1 yard line ever. Never once in my life. I've never actually had a touchdown run, of course. But still, Jonathan Taylor, just hold the damn ball. That's all. You've got it. Just cross the line. Don't drop it. Showboating moron. Then the Dolphins. Tua's trying to get dudes killed. That's how bad this team is cooked. Oh, jeez. The cook but fun tier, though, at least the Bengals are still fun. They're just like, we don't care. Slinging it. Same for Dallas. It took them, 15 games, but they're like, hang on a second. Can Rico Dowdle run? And he's like, yes, I've been telling you for years. He's really good. Cowboys, that was a good win last week. Arizona, they're cooked, mostly, but they are still kind of fun. I don't know. Kyler Murray, he looks like a toddler running around with a loaf of bread. I stole a loaf of bread. You put the Benny Hill theme song behind any sort of Kyler Murray run, and you're laughing. The what is you tier. So this one got people up in arms last week, but it turns out your old mate Jim knows what he's talking about. They're like, no, Jim, how could Seattle be a what is you, but you've got the Rams as a playoff team? Guess what, idiots? I was right. Of course I was. Because what is you, Seattle? You don't even know. You got a sad Seahawk on your bloody sideline going, what do I do? Do I hunt fish? It's like, no, Gino's now injured. Your team sucks. I was a believer, but now I'm not. I'm basically the opposite of the Monkeys. Anyway, the Chargers. What is that team? Nobody knows. Jim Harbaugh is going to just choke some dudes out. He doesn't eat chicken because it's a scared bird. Well, I think he now eats the chicken, but still. The Chargers, they're going to turn this around. And Tampa Bay, I'm going to keep them there with the what is you because I think they should be a playoff team. They got one more week. They get one more win, and they are basically home and hosed. But still, what is you, Tampa Bay? Come on. The playoff teams. We've now got a couple of interesting additions to this one. The Pittsburgh Steelers. It's all slowly falling apart. You got Mike Tomlin doing some weird stuff. He punts the ball away with 10 minutes 40 to go in that fourth quarter and never saw it again. You're down 2 scores, Mike. What are you going to do if you don't have the ball? Probably not score 2 scores. Jesus. Anyway, the Texans. They're a playoff team because they've already won the AFC South. So lock it in, Eddie. You got the Denver Broncos. Oh, the Denver Broncos. Bo Nix was handing the ball over to Indy left, right, and center. And then Jonathan Taylor drops the ball at the 1 yard line because he's an idiot. And the Denver Broncos are basically in the playoffs. The Rams, they're on top of the NFC West. They're laughing as long as they keep winning. Washington, they're basically home and hosed as well. But they play Philly this week. You get that win and you are in Washington. Simple as that. Now, the could make a soupy tier. Pour one out for my beloved Detroit Lions. I might have to suit up as a defensive end for them soon. They've got nobody. It's like they got 3 more injuries on the defensive side of the ball this week, and they lost David Montgomery. They're like basically cruising along. Everything's going great. Then bang! Injuries left, right, and center. It sucks. But this is just all Detroit Lions fans just like, yep, we saw this one coming. We're always waiting for the other shoe to drop, and it dropped hard and injured like 20 of their defensive players. Green Bay, they could definitely still make a soupy, though. Look at this team. They are playing really, really well. And the Ravens, they're coming fresh off just absolutely pumping the Giants, but that's basically like pumping like the under 14-year-old mixed netball team from East Keeler or something, right? So they've got a big test this week against Pittsburgh, but they still could make a soupy if that defense just does anything, right? Now, my favorite tier, because this is the one that basically these guys could win the soupy. They're smashing tins. They're stacking wins. KC, they still won no matter what last week, despite Patrick Mahomes going, hey, there's Taylor Swift in the crowd. I don't even know anymore, but that's fine. Oh, my ankle. And then it all falls apart. Carson Wentz is out there. You're like, oh, this is horrible. He's like, I'm just going to go duck hunting. And they still won. They have an interesting one this week. They're probably going to lose, but they're still smashing tins, stacking wins. Minnesota. That defense is flying. They're just like waiting. They're eyeballing the back of the Detroit Lions' head going, make one false step. We're getting this. We're going to win this division. It's chaos, and they probably will. And Buffalo. Josh Allen gets engaged to like a Hollywood starlet and suddenly turns into bloody Superman. He's setting records left, right, and center. He's awesome. And the Bills... if KC make any misstep, the Bills might snag the 1 seed in the AFC as well. Meanwhile, Nicky Sriracha, Nicky S, and the Eagles. Oh, God, I hate the Eagles, but they're playing awesome. They might be the most complete team left in the NFC. They are smashing tins and stacking wins. He shaved his head, Nicky Sriracha, and they haven't lost since. It's pretty good. He might be starring in the next remake of Romper Stomper, but still. There you go. Smashing tins, stacking wins. That is the Week 16 Power Rankings. 3 weeks left. Who's going to win it all? Let us know.